deen. Now let's talk about weddings. You go to a wedding. Yep, you go to a wedding. In the wedding, right, you got so many different things. But you got to differentiate between custom and between what people think is part of the religion. If people in a wedding ceremony, if they start to, you see these guys at the wedding, right? Sometimes they look like Sindibad. The groom looks like Sindibad or Aladdin. Right? They make him dress, with a amama, and he has shoes that are curled around. What on earth are you guys doing, man? Making him wear shoes that are all curled around. It's like he's going to have his magic carpet soon and fly off with his little bride on the carpet, Alright. Is his shoes bid'ah or not? Go on, guys. No. Why? Because does he think that's part of the religion? No. Does he think that's part of the religion? No. Is it bid'ah? No. But they're all doing it. Is it bid'ah or not? No. Why? Because they're not all thinking it's part of the religion. It can be a custom. They can have a custom. Custom doesn't automatically become bid'ah. Please remember this. There's a lot of confusion and battles over this. Oh my God, bid'ah this, bid'ah that, you did bid'ah here, and you walked on a red carpet, that's bid'ah, and you had some roses on the table, that's bid'ah as well. Man, if you want to do that, and some guys, they're really hard, they're hard hitting. I'm going to have my wedding according to Sunnah, So the guy saying, Sunnah, and he's like, embraces everyone that comes, right? MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, the brother, he's got according to Sunnah, fine. He's already told people in a card, or he's given the message out, no boxed gifts, please. Where on earth did you get that from, brother? And when people come with money in an envelope, and they give it to this akhi, they give it to him, and he takes that envelope on his wedding day, nice fat notes in there, and he puts it inside and says, Jazakumullah khair. Which sunnah did you find that on your wedding day people are supposed to bring money in envelopes, or money given to you right in the hand, and you're supposed to take it? These same brothers, when Aqiqah comes, and Aqiqah is simple, go guys, look in the deen. Aqiqah is, Prophet ﷺ said, just get a sheep or something, sacrifice it and feed people, right? The guy would make an aqiqah. He will invite his close ones, fine. But he knows, and I know, and you know, people are going to come with gifts. Yes? And they're going to come with money. And they're going to give it to him, and he's going to accept it. Now, where in the deen did he get that permission from? If he's going to be so hard on all these customs, and he's going to say everything is bid'ah, then he's taking of his money on aqiqah or wedding, which is a part of an Islamic practice, which he has associated something with it, which is not part of the deen, will become what? Bid'ah. But we're not saying that. We're saying, akhi, take the money. It's not bid'ah. Because people are giving it as a gift, voluntarily. But if everyone comes along and thinks that they must give it as part of the deen, what will happen? Bid'ah. But if everyone comes along and thinks I have to give them the money as part of my culture, as part of our society, is it bid'ah or not? No. There might be other things you can say wrong about that, right? There can be other things wrong about that, but it's not bid'ah. Mahar, for example. Mahar, some people stick £50,000, £100,000, a house on top, and this, that, £20,000, I don't know what, they go crazy on mahar. And it's become a custom now, especially with Bengalis. It's like, my daughter's not so cheap. What's your problem? Guy wants to do that. Now, if he wants to do that, and they're all doing it out there, is it bid'ah or not? Is it bid'ah or not? Come on guys, is it bid'ah or not? You're getting confused now. Yes or no? Come on. No. Why? Does he think it's part of the deen that it must be 20,000 just like your 115 dhuhr? Does he think it's part of the deen? No. It's a custom. His Bengalis are doing it, he's getting into it as well. He wants to show that his daughter is worth a lot. So he puts £50,000 on top. Right? It's a societal thing. It's wrong. It's wrong to put so much pressure on these young guys who can't get married. It's wrong. We know that. That's a separate matter. But it's not bid'ah. Because it's not something which people are doing and they think is part of the deen. You understand, guys? Yep. All these other things, some of these customs. Now, if a custom resembles the custom of a different religion, If you're doing it as part of following that other religion is giving you all the to do this, that's wrong. Not because it's bid'ah, it's wrong because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us that you're not supposed to do things because you're just following all the customs of a religious thing of another religion. For example, Hindus, when they get married, they're going to put that red, what do you call it? What do you call it? Bindi? Whatever you call it, a little tikka, I'll call it tikka, yeah? Right? On there. So now, if some Bengalis do it because they want to follow the Hindu culture, right or wrong? Wrong. If the Hindus, like for example, you're not doing salam, like in Bengalis, they do salam, yeah? So you do salam, salam. How do you do normally salam, guys? You do salam with hand to hand. Some Bengalis, especially when they just got married, they have to come to the mother-in-law and they have to do salam from hand to foot. Foot. Because which culture does this come from? The Hindu culture. It comes from them. They do it, and they'll bend down and they'll go. Now they might not regard. Now if they think for a moment that that's how you have to make salam in Islam to your mother-in-law is part of our deen, what does it become? Bid'ah. But if they don't, but still they adopted a practice which resembles the practice of another religion, and it's in their religion to do like this, and that has influenced them, and they're carrying that influence on without any reason. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did it hand to hand, then it's wrong for a different reason. It's wrong. We know that. It's wrong. If in any way they think this is the way to do salam, it will become bid'ah. If in any way they think this is the way to do salam, it's bid'ah. But, however, guys, if you go into the ahadith, you will find that certain Sahaba came and they came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They shook his hand. Most of them just shook his hand, just normal shook his hand. But some went to the extent. Very few went to the extent they kissed his hand. It's in ahadith. You will find it. In fact, if you dig deep enough, you will find accepted ahadith where a Sahabi went and he kissed the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's foot. He came straight down out of the love of the Prophet ﷺ. He knelt down, he kissed Rasulullah's foot. Now, guys, these guys, these other guys are going to say, we found this ahadith and because of that we can touch the foot and we can do this. No, there's a big difference here. When they did that to the Prophet ﷺ, did the Prophet ﷺ then sit down and wait for his Sahaba to line up and put his hand up? Was he there, advertising his hand and allowing them to bend down one by one? Or was it spontaneous? It was spontaneous. One Sahabi who had so much love came and he just did it. Now, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he didn't say it is wrong. He didn't say you can't do this. If Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said you can't do this, then what happens? If he said you can't do it, what happens? It becomes something you cannot do again. Fine. But when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has stayed quiet, he allowed it. He stayed quiet. Then the permissibility is there. However, if now Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has 99.9 handshakes where 99.9 handshakes are hand to hand, normal handshake like we do, and 0.1% or less than 0.1%, very, very few are someone spontaneously came and kissed his hand, spontaneously came and kissed his foot. Should my and yours salam to each other 99.9% become the one where we kiss each other's hands, or where we just make normal salam? Which one? Normal salam. If somebody with their shaykh, they want to get their admiration and they spontaneously go and just kiss his hand, just spontaneously, one-off, voluntarily, bid'ah or no bid'ah? No, because it's in the hadith. But if they all make it a practice, man, who's going to kiss what part of the sheikh? Man, you take his hand, I take his feet, and the other one will take his forehead. I mean, if they become like that, honestly become like that, we're kissing on the forehead, kissing on the and the thing is, look, if it happened with Prophet ﷺ, if that was to happen, that they all doing it on his hand, do you not think that the Prophet ﷺ would be irritated by this? Yes or no? Yes, of course. He even said before he died, he said, don't turn my grave into a masjid. He said, don't do that. He was very careful of this. Now spontaneously someone did it. Now if out of my love for my dad or for my mum, out of love, I want to just kiss their forehead. Like Abu Bakr, he kissed the forehead of the Prophet ﷺ when he passed away. Or I want to kiss the hand of my father. Is it allowed or not? Yes. Even if I did one day, spontaneously, even if I did kiss his foot, just out of respect as someone who's so greater than someone, it will be what? It will be fine. But if I made it a regular practice, then what happens? What happens? It will be bid'ah. And you shouldn't make these things regular practices. And some people have said these are just to the Prophet ﷺ. Some have said, some ulama have said it can be extended to certain shuyukhs. But again, I would be very careful. If somebody came and kissed my hand, get ready, I might punch you in the face. I'm joking. Yeah? I would do it. I would do it. If you start all getting up and start kissing my hand, I'll get ready. Because I'm not some kind of little, murti or a little idol here that you're supposed to come and kiss and, make me feel, and I'm going, how wonderful I am. What kind of sheikh is that? Honestly, I can't understand. They stand and they all, one after the other, they're coming. You can see the YouTube videos. They're all coming, and they're being blessed. They're all kneeling down, all bending down, and all kissing his hand. Now I would be so irritated if that was the case. I wouldn't be able. I would honestly, I would fight with those people if everyone started that with me, right? Now you get the picture is certain things in the wedding. Certain things are cultural. If it's coming from another religious thing, then it's wrong. But it won't necessarily be bid'ah unless they think it's part of the deen. Now, if they for example, in the wedding itself, if somebody was to just hire, let's say they hire an expensive car. If they hire an expensive car, an expensive thing, are you going to say straight away it's bid'ah? No, because they don't regard it as part of the deen. Some people hire horses on the wedding day. You're going to say that's bid'ah now? No. It's not bid'ah. No. But if they go and spend more money than necessary, then that becomes israf. What is that? Israf means extravagance. Extravagance is something separate. It's a separate category of sin. You're not supposed to waste money. Waste it however you want. Just because Allah gave you a bit of extra money, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to spend it rightfully. So that becomes a separate thing. But you can't call all of this kind of bid'ah, right? Now what will